There comes a point where the story you've been telling about your life quietly falls apart. Not because it was wrong, and not because something replaced it. It simply stops being necessary. This episode is about what life feels like when it no longer needs to be narrated. For a long time, the story helped. It explained where you were, why things happened, what you were becoming. The story gave shape to experience. It organized memory. It made sense of difficulty. Even awareness had a storyline. There was a before, a shift, process, a sense of arrival. But over time, that structure loosens. You may notice that you're less interested in explaining your life to yourself. Not because nothing is happening, but because what's happening doesn't need translation. You wake up, you move through the day, you respond to what's here, and none of it needs to point anywhere else. Life without a story doesn't feel empty, it feels unburdened. You're no longer tracking how today fits into a larger arc. You're not asking what this moment says about who you are. You're living the moment, not positioning it. This can feel unfamiliar at first. We're used to understanding ourselves through narrative. I'm in a phase. I'm working through something. This is leading somewhere. So when those thoughts stop arising, it can feel like something has gone quiet. But that quiet isn't confusion. It's the absence of commentary. Life without a story doesn't mean memory disappears. You still remember, you still reflect, but reflection isn't used to build identity. You don't turn experience into a personal mythology. You let it pass through. This changes how difficulty feels. Difficulty still arises. Challenges still happen, but they don't become chapters. You don't frame them as setbacks or lessons. You deal with what's here and then it's over. There's no need to carry it forward. Without a story, emotion moves more freely. Sadness doesn't need a backstory. Joy doesn't need to be explained. They appear, they pass. You don't ask what they mean about your life. They mean what they are. This can feel grounding. You're no longer standing slightly outside your experience, watching it unfold. You're inside it. This doesn't make life smaller. It makes it more immediate. You're not living for coherence. You're living. Life without a story also changes how you relate to the future. The future still exists. Plans still happen. But you don't imagine yourself inside them. You don't rehearse who you'll be. You don't carry a narrative version of yourself forward in time. You deal with what arrives when it arrives. This removes a subtle pressure. The pressure to become someone specific. Without that pressure, movement feels easier. You take steps without announcing them internally. You make choices without framing them. You don't need your life to make sense as a whole. It only needs to work right now. This can feel like freedom, can also feel exposed. Without a story, there's nothing to hide behind. No explanation for why you're here. No arc to justify uncertainty. Just this moment. But that exposure is also honesty. You're not pretending to know more than you do. You're not trying to stabilize yourself with narrative. You're here and that's enough. Life without a story also changes how you relate to others. You don't introduce yourself internally before you speak. You don't monitor how your words fit into an image. You say what's true enough for now. You listen without filtering everything through who you think you are. Conversation becomes simpler. You're not maintaining continuity. You're responding. This doesn't mean you lose depth. It means depth no longer needs explanation. You don't need to understand yourself to live. You don't need a story to justify your presence. You're already here. This season isn't about rejecting narrative. Stories still exist. They're useful when needed, but they're no longer the ground you stand on. They come and go. Life continues underneath them. If you're listening to this and noticing that your life feels quieter internally, less organized around meaning, less concerned with where things are heading, that doesn't mean you're drifting. It means you're living without narration. And that's not emptiness. That's contact. If these reflections help life feel less like something you need to explain and more like something you're allowed to live, you're welcome to stay with the season as it continues. Liking the video helps it reach others who may be tired of carrying a storyline they no longer believe in. If someone you care about feels stuck trying to make sense of their life, you're welcome to share this with them, only if it feels right. Life doesn't need a story to move. It's already moving. And you're already in it.